Hi there, it's your boy, aka Scarface, and I wanted to come back at you with a video now. I've uploaded my first cache of videos from about almost 2 months ago, so it's time to re-up and keep this Scarface video log crack-a-lacking on. So, what I wanted to cover today, well, on the weekend I may or may not, but as the circumstances go, it is a case of that I did get a little bit high on the weekend. And I won't go completely into it, but basically this year I've decided, I had issues with synthetic cannabis in the past, and that really fucked my dome right through back in the day. So thank God that's not a circumstance that I'm going to go back to anytime soon, whether I wanted to or not, because it's not readily available like it used to be. So I'm not going to go there anymore. So, but basically, even then, prior to that, in my early 20s, I started smoking every day, and that kind of fucked my dome through pretty hard in my early 20s, and then kind of could never get back to like a happy medium level of, having a smoke and then going on with my life for a while, and not, I remember I created that false base level that meant that I had to keep on going on and on and on and on and on. And anyway, this year I'm like, well, I want to get back to, enjoying it and, being solid with who I am on a day-to-day basis, and, not getting to the thought process where it's like, I need to smoke. I'm not a real human being unless I smoke. So that's what I've been doing. Like, I've been having, a few Junza sessions every couple of weeks and all that kind of thing. And anyway, I had one on the weekend, and I don't think it's irregular for one's thought processes to change whilst imbibing the plant. I mean, that's the whole damn point in some ways. So I can't say, it's weird that my thought processes change, because that's just what you do. Anyway, during that time, I did a few weird things here and there. Rearranged my house in a way that I thought was logical at the time, but then proved to be, not terrible, but at the same time, a little bit weird. Another thing that I did when I got back to my holiday house early in the morning, I was like, I'm going to go to the newsagent and buy some stuff. I ended up buying all the newspapers, a shitload of magazines, a bunch of random, gifty type of shit, for whatever reason. And the grand total, and again, maybe this is the universe, but it was $420. $420. $420, man. And anyway, as that is the case, it wasn't like that's like a 10% of my bank account or anything. That was all of it. Like, as in, I went to the automatic teller machine and tried to take money out, and it said you have exceeded the amount, and then I put in a certain amount that correlates to my age, and I put that in, and that was every cent in my bank account. Anyway, I had a bit of money in my wallet as well, but anyway, it wasn't a problem at the time, obviously. Then later on, like, I wasn't, I'd finished my smoking sesh, and I was rolling back into reality and stuff, and it kind of hit me halfway through that day on the weekend, like, fuck, I have no money left. I have $44.50 in my wallet to last me until the Friday after this Friday. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what have I done? You know, I'm a fucking crazy person. It's blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. And I woke up yesterday morning, like, with this anxiety and shame of, like, you've fucking gone and done it again and all this kind of stuff. But then part of something inside me was just like, Scarface boy, just smile. And if you smile and keep on thinking about it, and, you know, be shame resilient, and, you know, don't feel too bad about it, and just keep on rolling, and don't let it completely shift the way I perceive myself, you'll get through it. And I kind of did, like, there was some errands, some work, some office work type of things that I needed to do that I was kind of procrastinating on because I didn't feel good about myself. But then, as I say, I just rolled with it. I didn't freak out. I didn't go back to the newsagents and take things back and, you know, feel like, you know, there was some kind of disconnection between my actions and who I actually am or anything crazy like that, because, you know, I am a continuum. I am an amalgam of my reality, of my biology, and of my circumstances, and of my choices, and all of these things. So basically I rolled with it, and by the end of yesterday I was fine. It's alright, you know, like, in a way it's kind of, you know, I've done this earlier in the year. I bought a $400 coat, just, you know, it felt like the right thing to do, and I don't regret it. And it kind of took me into, like, a less comfortable economic situation in the short term, but that's kind of what's happened in this circumstance. Like, I figure, you know, even though it was a little bit, you know, a little bit rash, a little bit rush, a little bit rushed of me to go out and buy all this stuff when I have little money, and it's meant that I've had to, you know, wrangle a few bits and bobs about my life that I was planning that won't be possible for the short-term future. Like, was planning to go down the Molly hole weekend after next, with a friend of mine, with a Turkish dude, with my T-dog boy, another T. No, he's not. Oh, he is actually, yeah. But one of my friends, he told me he was into that every now and then. I'm like, yeah, I'm about ready to do some of that, but because I bought all this stuff, I won't be able to do that. But that's fine. And, you know, maybe in the reality where I did do that, I ended up crashing my car off a bridge or something because I was high on Molly. So maybe it's a good thing that it didn't have. That is not a reality that is going to manifest itself anymore. Other thing is, I won't be able to start therapy like I was planning to, because I won't have any money to pay for that. So that's gone on the back burner as well. And again, I'm not that worried about not doing that. So anyway, that's kind of what's happened. And I figured, you know, one thing that has come out of it is that now I get to make a video of all this shit that I bought. All these magazines, and it's funny because let's crack into this. So that's the pile of magazines I got, and whoa. So let's see what I got. First off, I don't know why, because I don't follow the football or anything, but I basically bought out the rest of their football cards, and to you know, I'm equal opportunity, so I bought a few netball trading cards as well, just to cover it through. I don't really plan to open these. I'm just kind of thinking, you know, possibly they're going to be worth money at some point. Maybe not. Maybe they'll just be something to hold on to. Anyway, I thought it was a bit of an investment. So how many? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and for some reason I bought 3 copies of Mad Magazine, the last 3 in the shop. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I figured well, they're not going to be going for that much longer, so maybe they'll be worth something in, I don't know. Anyway, it seemed like the right thing to do at the time, and now I have 3 copies of Mad, and I can give one to someone if I wanted to. Anyway, let's just go through quickly what I got. Dirt Action. That's for my boy Tommy Starlin. He's into that. I got that for him. Even though, now that I look at it, it's, is it? Is it all? No, it's all motorbikes, and he's a mountain biker. So straight off the bat, but you know, pretty sick photos. And what kind of fella isn't into a bit of motorcycles and things? So that'll be something to have a gaze at later. What do we got here? I don't know. Why did I get this? Land Rovers. I know why I want to get this, because does Land Rover? I think that's the car that Dennis drives in It's Always Sunny, isn't it? Is it a Land Rover or is it a Range Rover? Well, they're the same friggin' things basically. Ooh, hello. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be interesting when I get around to that. Okay. Yeah. I'm interested. Look, I mean, I personally think any time your country has a world champion at anything, it's you know, it's fun to be like, oh, you know, she's a world champion and she comes from the same country as I am. Maybe that means I can be a world champion someday. I don't know. Is that how? Anyway, I'm you know, and I've always been kind of into tennis. Like I'm interested. Like, probably take me a while before I become a tennis dude fully, but you know, it's a good sport. Tattoo Life. Okay. As you can see, I'm part of the life. That's all I've got. So, and I've been planning to get another one for a couple of years, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So, maybe, I don't know if this will get. Ooh, interesting manga. Yeah. So that could be a good magazine to get into. What do we got here? Time Magazine. Yeah, I like a bit of Time Magazine. Let's just crank through these pretty quickly now. Cosmos, Dances with Wolves, Cosmos. Never read Cosmos, but it looks like a pretty interesting magazine. Yeah, Sci-Fi Now. Yeah, I got that for my dad. He might be interested. I'm not sure what kind of stuff it is. I'm going to sit down and do this. Anyway, as you can see, it's not like I bought completely bizarre shit. Oh, and while I'm talking about magazines, this is a nice little pickup that I got recently. Like 52 Life magazines for what, 50 cents a piece. So straight up there, it's like Life magazine these days is worth at least $5 a copy. So $5 times 50 equals what, 250? So already, if they're not worth $10 each, I don't know, but what I mean to say is, you know, I don't feel bad. There's no reason for me to feel bad with my decisions, because obviously I bought some pretty interesting magazines. Who's this? My Bloody Valentine. Oh, it's not about the band, obviously. This is a Film magazine, Empire, why not? 30 years, 30 films. Interesting. Okay, what's this? Spider-Man, is this another PC Power Play? Again, like, you know, I don't play video games, I don't play computer games, but I'm into it. Like, I watch... I got a few YouTube dudes that I subscribe to and get into. There's a guy who does his channel is Video Game Historian, and he's really good. And big ups to like the Metal Jesus crew. They're fucking awesome. Sega Lord X, and all those dudes. Like good. The video game, like, you know, I'm not into, obviously that's more kind of retro gaming, but I'm interested, like, it's, you know, anyway. So this is a guitar magazine, Slipknot, that'll be interesting. Again, I don't play much guitar, like, at all, but I'm a rock fan. Ooh. Anyway, that'll be nice to have a look at. I think this is a music yep, Mojo. And that came with a free CD that we were listening to in the car this afternoon. That was kind of like garage rock, country, old school kind of thing, which was pretty good. And, you know, oh, my girl S will be into this because she's a big Springsteen fan, so that'll be nice for her to read. Ooh, what's this? Computer Music. That's a pretty cool magazine. I'm pretty sure my boy Tommy Starlin will be into that kind of stuff. And that's kind of, you know, me. Tommy Starlin's basically the other side of my brain. Like he's my brain brother. So, and I love birds. So, why the fuck not? Don't keep any birds. That reminds me, like, recently, driving through country, there's been heaps of parrots just, like, collecting seeds and stuff on the side of the road. Can I just say, if there are any parrots out there watching this video, guys, what are you doing? Get off the side of the road. You're fucking killing yourselves. Like, it's not safe for you. Just think about it, parrots. Get back in the trees. That's what you were made to do. The side of the road, it's not the right place to be. It's not your scene. Come on, guys. Think it through. Yep. So there'll be some nice nice photos of birds. Why not? This is a science, sky and telescope. Again, my dad might be in. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. This is Fortune magazine. Never read it, but interested. So Change the World issue. That'll be interesting. New Scientist. Like a bit of New Scientist. Digital SLR photography. That'll be. We got some good photos in here. No. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Yeah. So that's some time spent forward. Coin and banknote. So, you know, again, it's interesting stuff, and this must have been what was running through my head. It's just like, dude, Scarface, just invest in the future. And finally, you know, again, I don't know much about it, but it's of interest to me. So maybe that'll be good. Virgo and Libra, exactly, full year ahead. So that's just what I need. And as I say, back page. So it's obviously covering the new Tarantino film and stuff. So bit of fun. And friggin' even more football cards. So, you know, fingers crossed we're entering a new golden era of Australian rules football. And I can't say we're not, because, god damn it, the Blues are back in town. So Carlton are back in the game for the first time in almost a decade, if not longer. And, you know, that's great. So that's all the magazines I got. And, you know, now we've done that, I really don't feel too bad about it, because obviously there was some cool things that are going to give me, you know, a fair amount of joy in the future kind of covering. So anyway,